welcome to Through Kaleidoscope Eyes, a weekly show where we tell stories of unsung heroes one at a time within the LGBTQIA plus community and allies. We will also be discussing various topics with each special guest. I'm your host, LaCrosse Ortiz.
Warning, the following video contains strong language which may be offensive to some viewers and or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
All right. Hi, everybody, and thank you so much for tuning in through Kaleidoscope Eyes. I'm your host, LaCrosse Ortiz, also known as LaCrosse Dier Menendez, and super excited for today's guest. He's a brother from another mother. That's kind of how we do it old school. So I'm not even going to go through this whole full introduction. Just know that he is this amazing human being within the rainbow community. So let's give it up for Chase. Hey.
Hey.
How's it going?
Good.
Thank you so much for coming and doing this for me. It's really important because I think there are so many stories out there that need to be told. And yours is one of them. Because we've been kind of traveling a little parallel here in the universe. So first, introduce yourself and tell everybody about you.
Okay. All right. So as you know, obviously, like LaCrosse said, my name's Chase. 36. Just had a birthday May 8th.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. I currently live in Fairfield. I was living in Hershey for about a good 4 years and then moved to Fairfield for about 5 months, something like that, 5 months. Since October. I work in a assisted living facility in Mechanicsburg. I've been doing that for 2 years. I work as a resident assistant. So I like dealing with the elderly. It's always been my go-to in my career.
Right.
What else? I will be 4 years into my transition. July 18th of this year will be 4 years.
Wow. That's
an
accomplishment right there.
Yeah.
Actually,
it flies, believe it or not, it flies. It goes real fast. I had top surgery September 25th, 2018. I want to say I'm coming up 19. I'm coming up on a year and some change with that. My hysterectomy I just had 2 months ago, February of was it 2021. So yeah, it's just a little over 2 months with that.
Was that hard for you? Because like for me, like the top surgery, I think was easier than that. The only reason is because with the when you have the top surgery, that constantly reminds you, hey, I can't pick up 10 pounds. Hey, I can't do this. But down there, it's like a week later and you feel good and then you're picking shit up,
Right. Yeah. I mean,
which was easier for you?
Yeah, the hysterectomy was definitely easier for me. I'm, kind of opposite, I guess, is what you're thinking, but only because I don't like being constricted, and I felt like binding, like I was never anyone to bind. Even pre-top surgery, I never, or, a binder, I never, because it killed your back, And I already had, just with doing nursing and stuff, I've already had, back issues prior with all that, but performing aspect with, having to find, but needless to say, I was always small to begin with, so I never helped that aspect. So,
no, I get it. I had the same thing. I was tease people. I was like, I think I'm losing you. The internet's breaking up. Oh, you're stuck. Okay. I think we lost him. So, let's see. Hold on. Let's see if I can do something here. Okay. I'm going to wait till he comes back on. And see if he comes back in. Oh, let me hit him up on Facebook. See what's going on. Sorry, technical difficulty. So you know what? In that aspect, I think we will do a quick commercial break while we figure that out. All right.
WLFE Digital Broadcast Network is on TV. You can watch all of our shows on WLFE-DB.com. Check out our channels: Paranormal View for all of your paranormal type shows, LGBTQ Friends for all of our LGBTQ shows, Variety Unlimited for all other shows. It runs 24/7 right on WLFE-DB.com. You'll even catch the lives, all in one place. Never miss an episode, past or future. WLFE-DB.com, where our shows are your shows. Search for your favorite shows like Where's My Sage, Inside the Drag Closet, Across the Pond, Everything Yet Nothing, Paratalk Radio, Step into the Paranormal, The Creepy Parlor, Just Cindy, and more. Now you won't miss an episode. Remember, follow Facebook Live and YouTube Live. Make sure you subscribe and follow your favorite WLFEDB radio shows. You can find our shows where you listen to your favorite podcasts, like Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and more. WLFEDB Radio is looking for podcasts to join our family. You don't have to fit any strict genre. We're a plethora of shows. If you're looking to jump on a growing network, then contact us at WLFEDBradio@gmail.com.
Wow, Amazon Music just got a whole lot better. Your favorite shows from WLFEDB Radio can now be found there. Yes, we are on Amazon Music, found under podcasts. Download the app, find podcasts, and search all of your favorite shows. Shows like Where's My Sage, Across the Pond, Everything Yet Nothing, Skeptical Help Bar, The Creepy Parlor, Just Cindy, and much more. Now you don't have to miss an episode ever. Amazon Music is WLFEDB Radiofied.
All right, we're back.
It's weird. That was weird. I don't know. I don't know if that was yours or mine.
Well, actually, I was still going. And I hear major backlash. Do you have the show on a tab behind you? Because I'm hearing the show backlash. Go back. Because if it's even in the feed, it'll play.
How about now?
Okay. Yeah, that sounds perfect. That sounds perfect. Nope, I'm still echoing. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, because he closed.
Let me change my mic. Yeah, let me change my mic. Sorry.
That's
all right. Okay, I think that's better. Much better. All right. Better. All right. So we were talking about.
I just wasn't sure because Mandy kept trying to get in, and you said it was a private chat, so I don't know. It's acting weird.
Well, yeah, there's a private chat that I can send you through here, but the other one, like, they should be able to log into Facebook and go straight on in to the show while it's playing if they go to the website or the Facebook page through Kaleidoscope Eyes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So anyway.
Done.
Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties. There's the beauty of live. Anything and anything can happen.
Oh, my mom says she's in. Okay.
All
right. Cool. All right. Cool. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Hopefully this is better. I closed off stuff. All right. Okay. Yeah. So. Anyway. Yeah. I'm kind of opposite as you in that aspect. You know, just for multiple reasons as far as why I felt, the one surgery was a little bit easier than the other, but Uh,
No,
again, yeah, like I said, I'm glad that I got over those two because I've never had a surgery prior. So it was like that was always my fear of undergoing surgery for many reasons that I had in my head. Like, what if? I always thought about the what ifs. What if this happens? Or, what if for whatever reason, what if the anesthesia, rejects? Or I don't know. It was really weird. But, again,
no,
um,
you made it through, and Dr. Sakuma did an amazing job.
yeah, yeah, oh yeah,
That was
yeah,
an amazing job. So,
yeah.
let's talk about your childhood. So tell me about what it was like growing up as Chase.
All right. So my childhood. So like, I don't know. There's a lot to say with that. Like, I had a good childhood. Needless to say, with all the like things that I hid. You know what I mean, or whatever. But besides all that, I was always. I guess I could sense it because I was always like a tomboy. I always wanted to like be outside versus like playing inside um and I guess kind of being like I don't know how to explain it. I guess it's just different. Like I've always like keyed more towards like my brother and like wanted to play sports versus wanting to like do things that my sisters wanted to do as far as like the girl things and and along those lines. But as far as like my childhood, I there's not anything negative that I could say about it. I just how do I want to put it? I wish, and I've told my therapist this too, but like even when I started my transition, if I could have started sooner, then I would have. I would have started sooner, knowing that like, you know, I would have started sooner, knowing that like I was accepted and like, I had like people supporting me versus like me feeling in my head that, oh, I feel like I'm gonna be disowned or, whatever, like, or I feel like I'm gonna have to do this alone and not have that support. So like looking back, I wish, I could have started sooner, and just I told my therapist that as well. And, she basically understood, where I was coming from and, and things like that. But I'm kind of glad that I started when I did because I don't know, time was ticking. It was just like the more that I hesitated, the more, I just was still more, I don't know, in that mindset of like being miserable. You know what I mean? And
Right.
that's just,
Well,
I don't know.
no, totally. Because like me, I started. I was 49. No, yeah, 49. I was 49 when I started, and that's really late bloomer, you know. So I totally get it. I mean, if I could have started sooner, I would have 100% done it. Like not even questionable. But I don't know. I don't know if fear plays a point, or fear of rejection, or fear of just fear in general plays like a big part of that. You know, so when you think of your childhood was good, your adolescent, like at what point in time did you come to terms and start saying, hey, wait a minute, something doesn't feel right, something doesn't feel natural here?
Huh, I would have to say, uh, there's a lot to say, but how to word it.
Yeah, nothing like putting you on the spot.
Like, I don't know. For me, I was always uncomfortable wearing like the clothing. You know what I mean? Like, I always, it's so hard to like. I mean, yeah, and like I wasn't forced to wear dresses or anything like that. It wasn't like a forceful thing at that point, but it was just like, okay, well, let me do it just to, please somebody, or you know what I mean? Like, here's seeing your pictures, so let me just wear it to, that's the right thing to do or whatever. But you could always tell, like, I was always uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Like, something was always like there that it was just not me. You know what I mean? I think it was more of a confidence thing. Like, I was never confident. Like I kind of was just like, whatever. But now it's just like I'm more confident, you know what I mean? And like becoming who I thought should have been, long ago. You know what I mean? Like, and it's just I don't know. But
No, that's totally. I get that. It's like I remember, like I didn't start till I started drag. It's not that it wasn't there; it was always there. But like when I started drag and I put the beard on, I was like, "Oh shit, there you are." And I there are so many people I've spoken to that drag actually helped, like become a conduit
right,
for you to like say, you know what? No, this feels right. This feels natural. This is what it's supposed to be.
right,
You know,
yeah.
so I mean, did drag do that for you?
Not see, I don't know. I'm not fully agreeing. I mean, I'm not saying that you're wrong, but you have your opinion is there for you. But for me, drag didn't really do it for me. It was more of I've always felt not comfortable. You know what I mean? Just like looking, at myself like that. I just and again, drag didn't do it for me. It was just always something that I knew in my mind wasn't right. Like it was something wasn't connecting.
Right.
Just I don't know. It was very. I always knew if something was different, just by playing sports and what have you. And as I got older, I'm just like, well, I don't like wearing, this type of clothing. I feel more comfortable wearing like, the boy clothes. There's a picture. I don't know if I sent it to you or not. I probably didn't, but I have a photo, and they're like probably younger, but it was like they're like Christmas presents or whatever that I was
Oh no, I
unwrapping.
have it. I have it.
And it was like Chicago Bulls stuff, you know what I mean? So it was like that's
You
the
want me to
kind of
put
stuff
it?
I liked, and I had like a hat on and stuff. So
Is this what we're talking about?
yeah, that's yep. I didn't know if I sent that to you, but yeah,
Yeah, no, you did.
I like to do a side by side and
Absolutely.
just because that's just what I wanted to kind of show people, like even back then, you know what I mean? So like people weren't just like, oh well, how did you know, or how old were you? And it was just like looking back at that, yeah, like that was when, like I was showing all those signs, like
Well, it's like I spoke to you earlier. This is not something you just woke up and said, okay.
right.
It doesn't happen that way. This is a gradual progression. It's almost since childhood. I don't like. I always tell my story. Like with me, I was 5 years old, and I was in kindergarten, and the little girl looked at me. She goes, "You're daddy," and I'm like, "Yeah, you're right." And I don't mean like daddy like that, but that was the role. She saw me as a masculine entity, and it was so natural for me to just go into that.
Right.
So when you think about that, this is not something that you just woke up and said, okay, I'm trans. I mean, I'm not saying, I'm sure it does happen out there. I'm sure it does. You could tell the difference between somebody doing a fad or just finding themselves or just trying to figure it out, and those who have been struggling. And that's the whole point, is this is a struggle. Because I'm sure you didn't just, nobody genuinely wants to just sit there and say, okay, well, I'm transgender and I want to be a part of this community that 99% of the time is not going to be accepted. Who does
right.
Who does that?
Yeah.
1%.
Exactly. Yeah.
So did you struggle with dysphoria a lot?
Yeah, I think as I got older, you know what I mean? And like the whole, first puberty as in a female body, what have you. I guess I could word it like that. But yeah, that was more dysphoric as the years went on, you know what I mean? And having, you know, puberty do what it's supposed to do and it's just I don't know, it was a big kind of not comfortable feeling for me even then, and now, like me being on hormones, like the more I transition, the more I'm just like, I look in the mirror and I'm just like, okay, well, I took care of this and I took care of like everything that was more dysphoric. So like, you know, I don't know. It's rough. Like, I wish that there was more of a, I guess, better science as far as like lower surgery.
Yeah,
I am very on the fence about that, and I say that with like, I don't know, with everything I have,
yeah,
because I don't want to give up on that. That's something I don't just want to be like, okay, well, like I feel like I'm gonna be more complete if I am able to look in the mirror and see
and
what needs
see
to be,
that part. I,
So
and I honestly, I think that's a lot of trans men fear is that the the risk is high,
it is.
the functionality is low, as to how well is it going to work, what's it going to do for you or your partner. Like that's a serious issue. There's not been enough, how do you say, I don't want to say research, but not enough progress
Right.
with
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Um, so like me myself, I'm just like, no, if this is what I got, and I'm older, so my case it's different because I'm older. So if I don't get that part, I'm okay.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
But for somebody who's young like you're young, and if this is going to help your completion, oh my God, yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
But
And that another reason that was that not really the point, but I'm glad I got my hysterectomy because, I feel like if I want to go ahead and move forward, maybe, take a year or two rest and like not go through any surgery. Like I've done my, two surgeries that I needed, obviously
right,
needed to do that wasn't, those aren't, a choice. That's something that I feel needed to be done because I was very like, I didn't like to take my shirt off. You know what I mean? It was just there. Like, but now I'm just like, it's freedom, and that's just, I don't know, another route that needs to be looked at as far as like, well, do I want to move forward and maybe research it in a couple years? Maybe it'll get better. Maybe
yeah,
you know what I mean? Maybe so many different things will change that will make me want to change my mind and, just go ahead and do it. You know what I mean?
right,
Um,
right.
but I've
And
done,
it's scary. It's really scary because, I mean, like I said, going back, the risks, the fear. I mean, this is not like I can't speak for trans women, but I know that their surgeries are more successful.
there, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
with
there,
us, it is not as successful. And I think that's, anybody who's going into that, and and that's another thing. Here you are, you're transitioning, and then it's like, when can I be completely complete?
mm-hmm, yeah,
And that hinders it, and that causes dysphoria as well. Even though I'm the first one to sit there and say, your level of transition is your level. Your level is more, somebody else's is less.
right.
And it doesn't make it any less trans, but it doesn't take away your feelings are valid. This is something you want to do, and you should be able to do it without any fear. So
Yeah, and again, like it all comes down to, yeah, using public bathrooms, like, do I want to go in the stall every time? No, I don't want to, but I have no choice. You know what I mean? And it just, I don't know. It's definitely not a good feeling, like, especially
no,
if you're going into the bathroom and that stall's taken, then you kind of just look stupid. You know what I
right,
mean? You just look
right.
stupid,
Oh my
like,
God, yes. Oh
you
my
know,
God,
you,
yes.
you either gotta walk out for a second and hopes that that person will be done soon, or I, I don't
Or
know,
hold
but
it.
yeah, it just, and that's another discomfort, a discomforting thing for me, kind of that strikes a nerve. Like, I don't know, I, I want to be able to like do this and do that and walk up to a urinal without having to use a stall and like, you know,
At the end of the day, we just want to pee.
yeah.
We just want to pee.
And it just, I don't know, it just makes it so difficult, you know what I mean? And like,
No,
I
absolutely.
don't know, so many stages of surgery, like you're not done when you have the first stage. You're not, that's just point. You can be, it's your choice, but you're not
Right.
done because you know, so many stages need to be taken until, you know, you have what you need to have, you know.
Right.
So
No, totally.
again, it's just frustrating.
When you, okay, I mean, I talked to a lot of people about the T and like the hormone therapy. Quick question. Like when I started hormone therapy, I don't know if you got to hear this, but I always heard people tell me, you're going to start raging. You're going to start this. You're going to start that. Me, it leveled me out. Like it didn't make me more aggressive. It balanced me. Like how was the therapy for you?
It was all right. I mean, I started out on a very low dose, and you know, obviously, I knew I didn't need a lot. You know, my body produced a lot more than what estrogen did even before. You know what I mean? So like after 4 years, you know, I'm still on the same dose. So like that just goes to show that it's reaching. You know, my body is absorbing the way it needs to. You know, but needless to say, to answer your question, like with therapy, I think it went well. You know, yeah, you know, the rage and stuff like that, that was there. But after having it be more, what do you call it, immune in my system, you know, after so long, it kind of does level itself out. And, you know, I don't know. Like, I can definitely tell if I'm off, if my level's too low or my level's too high. You know what I mean? Because it's not doing any good. If your level's high, it's not really doing anything for you. If your level's low, well, then you need to, you know, get an adjustment or something. So that's why another, you know, level checks are really, really important. And I can't stress that enough to somebody. You know what I mean? I have a couple friends that are like, oh, well, I haven't got my levels checked in over a year. Like, really? You just started or whatever the case may be, and you only got one level check. Like, come on now. You know what I mean?
I usually go at least once a year. At least once a year.
I go every 6 months.
Which is good. Which is good.
So, you know.
That's the objective.
Yes.
To be able to go every month. But, like, I know with me, I had to lower the dose because I have very high blood pressure.
Right.
And it was shooting my blood pressure through the roof. And sadly, I'm microdosing now. But
okay.
I'm not upset because I look at it like this. I'm still getting my dose. I'm not going to lose what I have. So I'm not going to get the full beard anyway. So I'm jealous. I look at your beard and I'm like,
well,
dude, it's so beautiful.
I'm still struggling. Like I'm still, you know, hitting people up and, you know, to this day. And I'm just like, and they tell me a lot of patience, and it's not any products that are going to do justice for you. You can spend any amount of money. What it really comes down to is genetics, you know, and that's a main factor. Is it's going to come down to genetics, because I've spent so much money on this beard product and, you know, this oil and dude, it's not doing, not making it grow faster. It's not, you know what I mean, making it fuller. I still have patchiness all over the place. And, you know, sadly, like genetics don't run well in my family, but, you know.
No, my brother made clear to me, which I was so pissed. He looked at me and goes, Dad didn't grow anything here. I'm like, no. You mean I'm going to? No. And he's like, nope, sorry, that's Dad. And I am actually the spitting image of my father. So there it is. I'm not growing here. I got this little thing, this under here, but that's it. And that was my dad's beard. So you're right. Genetic plays a huge part in that.
It does. And it doesn't make me feel bad, or it doesn't make me feel like, oh, well, you know, whatever. But I was also told a lot of cisgender guys can't grow beards. So like, you know, they probably would be, you know, jealous of me right now if they can't grow right here, only a goatee or whatever. And I'm just like, well, I mean, I still struggle with it, and I try not to, I don't know, like get discouraged, I guess you could say.
Well, you know what? You look good. You look damn good. So just know that. You look good. You are rocking the shit out of that. Well, we got a few comments here. Well, of course. Kat, my wife, she's like, hi, Chase.
Hey.
Andrea,
Okay,
hello,
okay.
beautiful people. Now here's
Andrea.
Lola Cha-Cha, Daddy Overload. Oh, wait. You're
I'm getting
closest to your
close,
older
bro.
sister now.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, here we go.
My
Here's a
mom should
good
be in.
one.
I can relate.
She said, I can relate to drag allowed me to find myself. I
So,
get
okay,
that.
okay.
Here's a good one. Is there anything that you regret with your transition? That's a good question.
Um, yeah. I did elaborate on that a little bit, and I did say I'm not saying I waited too long because you know, you don't have to be a certain age to start transitioning. You know, and a lot of people forget that. You can be however old you are and
Right.
say, hey, this is, you know, what I feel is right, no matter how old you are, you know, but I do kind of regret that I waited too long. If I had to regret something with, you know, my transition, I waited a little too long. If you know, if I could have did it to how they do it now, there's kids now that are getting hormone blockers and things like that to prevent that puberty that they don't want. You know what I mean? So
Right.
like me knowing that I never wanted that from the get-go, like in my head, like something was off. Like I wish, you know, I were to do it, you know, do that sooner and
And
get those to help me. So,
back then they didn't have hormone blockers. You know,
yeah,
this is
right.
something newer. And I think time has a lot, like when we were born, how things have changed, you know, like science now is different. Like now, these trans children have the opportunity to block that and not go through what we went through. Periods, you know, all that kind of stuff. Oh my God, if I could have been saved at that. But
Right.
it's that shoulda, woulda, coulda, and now here we are trying to make the best that we can with that. But the only thing I can tell you is look at now, you are a pioneer in this.
Right. Yep.
You know, we all are pioneers in this, and these kids are getting this medication, and now they don't have to, they're not going to know what that's like. And that's going to be a beautiful thing, you know.
Right.
But no, I agree with you 100%. If I could have done it sooner, same. I would have done it sooner. If circumstances, but back in the 80s and the 70s.
Yep, 85, it's just, you know, that I don't know.
There was no, I don't even think transgender was a word back then. You know, like that's a newer word. Like they had transsexual, but they didn't so much as have transgender.
Right, yeah.
So, all right, well, we're going to take a quick break. All right. And then after that, we're going to hit some more deep talk about this.
Okay.
Let me find my damn commercials. Bear with me.
All right. Yep.
Oh, yeah. Life just got sweeter now that WLFEDB has merchandise. Show your support by purchasing your t-shirts for WLFE, Paratalk Radio, Inside the Drag Closet, and more. But it doesn't stop there. T-shirts, coffee mugs, tanks, buttons, cloth bags, and more. Go to WLFE-DB.com. On the top bar, click on the merchandise tab and bam, there you go. You got merch. Support the shows. WLFE-DB.com.
Hey guys and dolls, this is Casey DeVille, the better half of DeVille Inc., Baltimore, Maryland. If you're ever in Baltimore, stop in and see me and Tony. Invisible Bree, 5920 Eastern Avenue, Baltimore, Maryland, 21224. Give us a call if you're in the area at 410-400-9641, or look us up on the web at DeVilleInc.com. DeVille Inc., where we specialize in you.
WLFE-DB Digital Network are engaging in the safe space. What is safe space? A safe space is a supporting and affirming environment for individuals within the LGBTQ+ community. Each podcast displaying the Safe Space logo will have resources available on hand for those in need without judgment. Here at WLFE-DB Digital Network, we care. We listen, we support, we understand.
You're listening to WLFE DB Radio. Now, back to our program.
All right, we're back. I got small, bigger. Right. So here's a good question. If there is advice you could have given Chase years ago, what would it be?
Man, something tough. I know, yeah,
that's a contemplative one. That's a
advice.
Would you let him know you're going to get there? You're going to be the man that you want to be?
Yeah, I mean, it's one to think about, actually. I just gotta know how to word it. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's a good one, what you just said, like, because I don't have like strong advice, as far as that goes, but I'm kind of glad that like I took the initiative to actually, move forward and not be so, hard on myself to oh, what's the word? Like I don't know. I just feel like I was hard on myself, for many reasons, and kind of hiding the fact of even looking into therapy and things like that to start hormones. But kind of glad in a way as well, because I have the support, and I kind of gave little hints and stuff like that. I dropped hints and stuff like that, and little things for people to really understand, like, oh, okay, well, this is what you're doing, or whatever else. So like there were questions, and I'm an open, so like I was kind of willing to educate and answer them questions for anybody who was kind of just concerned, I guess you could say, for what I was, about to do and things like that. So
was your family very supportive?
They were. At first my mom was, I don't know, confused, I guess you could say, and that's normal, any family's gonna be just, well, I raised you for this many years, and everything just became difficult until it became more second nature and a habit. You know what I mean? Like the pronouns were hard to kind of grasp. The name was kind of still hard to just get right, and it was just all that. But it wasn't. Nothing was done out of ignorance or
malice.
Yeah, it was more accidental. Like, oh, if I do slip up, I'm gonna correct myself. It wasn't, oh, well, this is what it is. I don't care, how you think or how it's gonna affect you, because you do have people like that. You have people that are so close-minded, and they're down this street, and you're not gonna change their mind, and you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna say the right pronoun because you might be on hormones, and you might have facial hair, and you might have had surgery, but all in all, you were still born this. You know what I mean? I know several people that are like that, and that kind of just grinds my gears. You know what I mean? And it happens, and how do I want to say it? Like, my family's really good about it. I always invite my mom to Pride. She always goes to the Pride every year, to watch me in shows or whatever. I like to invite, because she's, an ally, just as if anybody else in our community,
Right.
they like stuff like that. They like watching, it's entertainment, it's just, it's not, oh, well, I'm gonna go just to go. Like, no, they actually enjoy it. You know what I mean? It's just so the support is there with my family.
Well,
But again,
there was a hi, son.
oh yeah, there you go. But again, it does happen with certain family members that just it doesn't matter what you are or who you're trying to be or whether you're transitioning or not, they're never going to accept that. And it sucks.
And it's their issue at that point. At that point, it becomes their issue.
It is, but then sometimes I just feel like I don't want to go around them.
No.
You know what I mean? That makes me not want to go to any family thing because I'm the type that I'm not blunt. Versus like I'll say me versus like my younger sister. She's more blunt than I will ever be. She's more of, oh, if she's gonna say something, she's gonna say it, and she doesn't care. Where me, if you get something wrong, I kind of just bite my tongue and I just let it happen. You know what I mean? But should that be the case, I don't think it should be. Should I be speaking up and saying, oh, well, this is what I am, like, stop saying what you're saying out of ignorance, and you know what I mean? Like, just because you're closed-minded, it still doesn't change the fact that I don't know, it kind of pisses me off in a way, but I'm never gonna be able to change their mind, no matter what I do. And that's the sad part.
That is sad because the truth is like at the end of the day, who you are is who you are. Like look, literally, Kat just wrote, I'm the same way, not blunt, bite my tongue. And God knows I am so not, like I guess I pick and choose, but it's hard because it's like it depends. With me, it depends. If the person is being blatantly disrespectful, just blatantly, then I will open my mouth. If it's a mistake, then you make space for it because you know what? Like my brothers, I got 4 brothers and they don't always get the pronouns right. And sometimes they'll slip up and they'll call me my dead name. But they'll be like, oh, I'm sorry. He, Lee, and they'll correct themselves. So you make space for that,
I
and
can
that's
understand that.
Right.
Yeah, I can understand that. But, just basically not accepting the fact that this is who I am and, still saying like my name has been changed for damn near two plus years. So if you're doing that shit out of ignorance, that it's not going to happen. Like, stop calling me that. Stop, it bothers me.
Like,
you know what I mean? And that's another dysphoric thing. That is another thing that keys into dysphoria. Dysphoria doesn't have to be body related. It can be words too. It could be verbal stuff too. You know what I mean? Like, I'm very like, okay, cool. Like, if you get it wrong, fine. Like, but if you're just strictly saying, she and like still calling me by, the name that's obviously not there anymore just because you're an asshole and, like, no, then there's going to be issues. Like, I don't want to fight with anybody, but it's just, I don't know. I don't know.
But you don't want to not fight because you're fighting for, because at the end of the day, I look at it like this. If they're saying your dead name, then they're saying right now who you are doesn't exist and doesn't matter. And that is the biggest disrespect you could give to a person. I'm the first person, like, I'll let it go. But if I know that the person's doing it blatantly, then I switch their gender and I call them a different name. Because at the end of the day, I'm like, you don't like that, do you? You don't like it. I don't like it either, and just, it's all about the respect. But once again, it goes back to, we are pioneering this whole new people. And hopefully this next generation, these younger kids who are growing up and they're not going to have to struggle with it. Wouldn't it be great that they don't have to deal with all the things that we are struggling with? It would be great.
Yeah. And again, like, it's so weird because a lot of people think they know what we deal with, but they don't understand how difficult it is.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's just, I don't know. Like they might think that, oh well, you're transitioning cool, but like they don't know how much it sucks to, like I said, go to the bathroom, have to use the stall and whatever have you. Like, so nobody really will understand our struggle, and understand how difficult our everyday life is. Like,
Right.
do I like, injecting myself every week or every 10 days? Hell no. Like, I try to steer away from that and go on gel because I figured, okay, I'm tired of shots. I had my hysterectomy. Let me see if my levels will steady, be steady. I have no estrogen in my body. I have what equal to what a cisgender male has, and that's slim to none.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I tried to go on gel. That was a joke because it didn't work. It gave me like a rash.
Really?
So back to shots I went. Like I was tired of the needles. I'm tired of the scar tissue buildup. I'm tired of the, like I have to do this shit for the rest of my life. Like it's
Right.
just it's
And
it was
people don't see that struggle. Like literally, like I'm very fortunate. I don't do my own shots. My wife does my shots because I can't do it anymore. I'm tired of the legs and your stomach and switching whatever. Every week she has it on her phone. She has an alarm, and oh my God, like there she goes. She's like, "Who? Maybe your wife." I'm thrown out. She is so good with the shots. I don't even feel them anymore. That's how amazing.
I don't feel mine because I'm putting lidocaine on it now. So like.
Okay, that makes. I never thought of that.
Lidocaine, yes, yeah. Lidocaine works wonders. My doctor scripted that for me because I was so over. Like, okay,
I was tired of blood, and you know what? We're gonna get real now. We're gonna get fucking real. I was tired of blood squirting out when you hit a fucking vein. Like, let's put it on the real note. Oh my God, I would hit my leg, and then you see it bubbling up, and then the minute I pull the shot out, blood squirting out, and I'm like, I just lost half the team. I just lost everything.
And intramuscular was always a fear of mine. I've been on sub-Q, which is into the fat for 4 years.
Right.
I go right into fat, so it absorbs the fat. But you're doing muscle, so it's gotta go into that muscle. But
right. I do sub-Q. But I would miss and hit the muscle, or I would, I do the sub-Q. I go into the fat, but the leg, it's like you got to go up in the thigh, but we don't have to get on to all that. But, but I get it because you get tired of injecting yourself. You get tired of. I get literally. I was talking to another trans brother of ours, and we were talking about. It's to the point you have anxiety. Like it would take me like a half an hour just to inject myself because the anxiety was so high.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, I can't.
Yeah, it still takes me a while. Yeah, I don't know. It hurts. Like, it doesn't matter where I go anymore. I still switch. No matter where I go, I'm still hitting kind of the same area that I did 3 weeks ago. Or, you know what I mean? It's you can't literally, like, look and be like, oh, well, I went here. I can't go here anymore. We don't keep a freaking tracker. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
no, look. If you seriously, and no bullshit, send Kat a message. She is so good with that. She is amazing and phenomenal. It will make your life so much easier because you don't feel it. You genuinely, and it'll give more space to wherever it is that you're injecting. Just putting it out there. There we go. See, I got tips for days on giving shots. She got tips for days. Oh, we got some more. We got some more people coming in. Oh. Here we go. Hold on. Maddie says, hi, Uncle Chase. Hi, Beyonce.
Okay.
Kathy. Brothers, I care about you both and love you both. Lacrosse Ortiz and Chase Watson. You two are great people. Thank you. That means everything. We got T-Roy come in. T-Roy has another show. Everything Yet Nothing. He's a gay hillbilly cowboy. He rocks the hell out of that. We have Little Bit. Oh, I love your type. Thank you. I have 300. No bullshit.
I know
And
I was not dressed for the occasion, damn it. Like,
no, I just, you know me.
here I am, like.
The sun's out, guns. There you go. You gotta rock it. Well, I told you to be comfortable.
Nope.
I didn't say I had to be comfortable. I said
No
you
muscle
be comfortable.
whatsoever, so, but.
Yeah, that's another thing. It's like creating the body. At first you do your surgeries. You get your surgeries done, and then you think, okay, but I am such a lazy ass. It's so hard to get the, incentive. And now that my T levels are so much lower, I have like no energy because T at least gave me.
Right.
So I do the testosterone boosters on top of the little bit of T that I do, but it's frustrating because I want to weight train. I want to have this look a certain way, but then I guess at 50, having a dad bod, I should be happy. I should be happy. So what's the future? What do you want to do? Like, what are your goals?
My goals. I don't know. Eventually I want to, I guess, make better money to eventually get a house. I'm so used to like moving around from apartment to apartment, you know what I mean, and whatever else. Another one is to stay with the same person. No, I'm just saying because
that's a plus. That's a plus.
She's giving me the look of death, like,
oh, really? There you done did it. She's like, no, you did not do that on live. No, you did not do that on live.
Like, I'm 36, and I've had my time, like, and it was just like the ones that I thought were the ones. Look, it obviously ended some type of way. So,
right.
I want to be like more stable, you know what I mean, in that aspect because, I've been through that all. Like, oh well, it didn't work, so you move out or I move out or we go our separate ways, and like, it's back to square one. Like, right. I'm not doing that. So like, yeah, like I want to, eventually find a house and, be able to call it mine. And,
right.
It's just.
And settle down.
That's like my goal for sure, actually. But, and then having a better job, I don't know. I need to find something, that I really enjoy, just to be able to make ends meet.
Right. Well, people don't realize how hard it is. It's not easy. I was very lucky. I paid my house off.
Okay.
But it don't mean we don't have bills. And with that being, our house. Oh, see, there we go. I got the eyeballs. Our house off. I paid our house off. Yep, I'm getting the eyeballs too. I'm going to hear it after the show. Anyway, no, but same thing. Like I went through we did drag together. We all went through our doggy days. We did our doggy things, and then it's time to settle down because you just want to slow down. You don't want to be caught up in, you want a nice home. You want a nice life.
Right.
Well, honestly, I have to tell you, Kathy, that's for another show. How we found each other. That's another. This is about Chase tonight. But no, I get it. Like you want to slow down, you want to settle down, and you want more.
Yeah. You
want more.
Yeah, as I get older, I'm just like, man, like I don't really go out that much, anymore because I'm
what?
What? I don't know. It's very like as I'm aging, I'm just like, man, like I'm always tired or work and stuff like that just makes me exhausted. And now I'm in bed because I gotta work at 7 a.m. the next morning, so I'm up at like 6 o'clock. So. It's rough.
My heart's hurting right now. Like you say 6 o'clock, I'm like, oh no, that hurts. That hurts. That's early.
I know. I'm such a morning person, though. I've been doing it, just with jobs for a long time. I'm not a second shift type of person, but I don't know. I like to have my free time. Summer comes around, and you don't want to be second shift. That kills your whole day. You
Yeah,
know.
no, that's a fact. That is definitely.
You know, so yeah, like I'm gonna be able to, but again, so yeah, as I get older, I just don't do those things much anymore. You know, I can't stay out and hang like I used to. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like,
right. You're like, I'm a taken man. I'm a taken man. So
yeah,
those things, it's either you run together or that's how it goes.
And
like,
when we do go out, I'm just like getting freaking tired by like 12:30, and I'm just like, okay, I'm ready to go. Like I don't want to be at the club anymore. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's fun, but I'm ready to go because I start getting like, I don't know, just either bored or sleepy. You know what I mean? I'm just like,
well, are you ready for the stage? You ready to go back on the stage?
Yeah, I am. I have 2 shows coming up, or 3 shows coming up.
Nice.
One coming up next week. Another in July or June. My bad.
You have 2 in June.
Ugh.
Okay.
You're gonna be a busy bee.
Yeah. So I have to remember. I have to like look in my messenger and stuff at the group chats. But yeah. So that's fun. And the funny part is I performed. I don't think you were there, but I performed. Was it last year for Pride when I did that trans number? Okay. And it's so funny because like everyone says, oh yeah, like getting surgeries, blah blah blah. You know, it's freedom, and here I am, like I'm still leery about like showing people. You know what I mean? I don't know, but again,
I honestly, I still haven't, like, I finally did, like, a friend of mine did a photo shoot for me, and topless, but I still struggle with taking my shirt off, and because that's vulnerable. It's very vulnerable, and you're literally showing the world I am trans.
Right. And
No,
again, like we haven't been able to do that for how many years? You know what I mean? Like, so it's just it's something major that you got to get used to. You know what I mean? It's just that's bottom line. You got to get used to it. So like outside, I was all like, I don't want to be like that target where somebody like looks and is like, oh yeah, notices like. So what do I do? I went and got my chest tattooed because I wanted to feel normal. You know what I mean? It's not that I wanted to hide, like I want to hide, this and that. Like a lot of people are like, no, I'm damn proud. You know what I mean? Like
that's fine.
You're gonna look, and they don't give 2 shits. But me, on the other hand, I don't know. I was not really. I try to save them as much as I can, but I still wanted to hide that staring effect. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I made it as comfortable as I needed to make it by getting a tattoo. So
well, then you're gonna have to show that. I haven't seen it. Well, you don't have to show it right now. You're like, wait, what? I gotta take my shirt off? No, totally. I would love to see that. Well, we only have a few minutes left, but I do want to show a couple of pictures of you.
Okay.
This is like that was you right before you started, and you 3 years on TV. That is phenomenal. And then here you are performing.
Yeah.
Is that the one that you were talking about?
Last year. Yep.
Yeah. Well, I think we met at Drag Idol first cycle.
Because
you weren't before me. It was Justin.
I know.
Oh my God, I can't remember. It was Justin.
Something.
It was Justin. It was Denisha.
Yeah.
She won the first week. You won the second week, and I won the third week. Yeah. So that's actually when I met you. Yeah. And that was, oh my God, 7 years ago. Can you believe that?
Okay.
7 years ago. Well, it'll be 7 years in January. No, this past January. I don't remember, but I know it was like 7 years. But
yeah, I forget who kind of wanted me to get in it. I'm pretty sure it was Mikkel. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure it was Mikkel. I was like, hey, like, let's do Drag Idol. And I'm like, what is that, you know? But
yeah. No, that
was fun.
That was definitely a learning experience. Definitely. All right. Well, we are at the end of our show. So I just want to thank you so much for coming on and talking with me and sharing your life and sharing your struggles, your triumphs. I just want to thank you for doing that. That means everything. And you just never know. You might have just hit a nerve with somebody out there and they're thinking, fuck that, I'm going to go get all the surgeries, or I'm going to go just do what I got to do. So just know that thank you so much for doing this for me.
Yep, no problem. I'm a big person, I'm somebody big to like recommend, whatever. Like I recommended a couple people to Dr. Sakuto, you know what I mean? Because I feel like if I could trust them, then I know somebody that is a friend to me or close to me or whatever have you, will be able to trust them too. And they can take my word, that this person did fantastic. So,
oh my God, he did amazing.
I'm very, what do you call that? Like, I like to educate, and, I even started a few of my buddies, like they wanted to start, and they were just like coming to me with questions like, oh, what therapist should I use? I'm interested in this and I'm interested in that. So I'm glad, people can come to me with any questions that they have, because I have that knowledge. I have the experience. I have the every tool there. So, I'm definitely not opposed.
No, well, thank you. And I think hopefully this will have touched some people. If they don't see it today, maybe they'll see it in a month. Maybe they'll see it in a year. But somebody's going to see this. Okay. All right. With that being said, we got to call it a night. So thank you.
All right.
You guys have a good night.
All right. See ya.
Bye.
All right. Bye.
Thanks so much for tuning into this week's episode on Through Kaleidoscope Eyes. I sure do hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. If you haven't done so, make sure to subscribe to the show. See you next week.